Hello, this is Yasaman learning belly dance. Today we're going to do part 2 of how to make your own belly dance bra. There's lots of concepts out there depending on your style of dance. Would be based to your bra, or some don't wear bras, they wear tie tops, whichever fits you. But this is how to make your own belly dance bra. This is more of a concept because you may not like the style of bra I make. That's fine. This is to give you an idea of what to start with, an idea of what to do. So first, I usually start with a black-based bra. That way, you don't have to worry about the color, of course. And now, it really depends also on your costume color. You can always get a bra based to the color of your costume as well. Black is the easiest to start with, and you can put on, trim and embellishments based to your costume color. This is going to be a bra that I'm making for one of my students, actually. So I'm doing her a color in cream, and then anything else I wanted to add into it. She likes the cream color, which is actually a good color for tribal fusion. I love cream. It's a very good color for that, for the costumes. So first off, you want to have a thought of designing your head. So more or less your patterns that you want to do, where you want to put the things that you're going to put on the bra, more or less. And you want to have everything prepared, like your scissors, your needles. I always pre-thread my needles as well. I use a lot of invisible thread, as I said in my other video, the intro to this video. So invisible thread. You can do the clear looking cream color of invisible thread, or they also have the grayish black color invisible thread. And then you want to have threads based to the color of the trims that you may be putting on as well. So I would start with this trim here that I'm going to be putting at the top of the bra. Most of these days I leave the original straps on, especially when I'm making someone else's bra, unless they tell me otherwise they want the halter top style. The original straps helps keep the original structure of the bra as well. So leaving that on is fine. So we're going to start with the trim here. What I usually do is I go to my local fabric store and get about 2 yards just to make sure I have enough room. Usually, I could do different sizes of bras. Like mine are usually quite large. This is also one of my other student bras that I'm going to be doing. So you notice the length and the size of the bra will go with how much trim you would need. But I would say go get 2 yards or a yard to start with. 1 yard is usually generally good enough for a large size bra to go on both sides, and you still may have a little bit left over even so. So getting back to this bra here, what I would advise to do for you would be to take the trim and place part of it towards the bra to see how much you would need. So I would need about that much. I always give myself a little leeway, so about there. So I would measure it there and then cut right there like that, and then I would measure it with that piece to make the same one for the other side of the bra as well. So you see there? Okay. So we have that. That's simple enough right there. So that's the trim there. Let me see if I put that there. And now I'm going to put this on and go over some quick sewing tips for you for this. And you see how that's much longer? Since I gave myself a little room there. So I'll pull that down the other end that has the back piece, so I can always cut it to the end there. I want to place it right there, as you can see on that part. So you're measuring yourself up, see where you want to have it. And I have the invisible thread already put in. And this, let me tell you ahead of time, this invisible thread that I get from my local fabric store, now knotting it is such a pain in the butt that you're going to probably get a little frustrated. But just keep trying to knot it and you'll eventually get it. Once you get the first knot in, just constantly knot it until you get a good sized knot on the end there. So getting to the sewing lovely part, I'm going to place the trim right there on the edge at the top of the bra. And then you want to take the first niche and push through the bra, coming through a part of the trim, pulling that through there, and then going back through again. Now it's kind of rough at the top of the bra, so I have quite a strong needle here. The larger needles I use, especially when making bras, so they can push through the fabric a lot easier. Sometimes the small ones can too, because the ends on the small ones are quite sharp. And I avoid the really sharp needles a lot just so I won't stick myself. Of course, they always have those lovely little thumb covers and finger covers. I never use those really though. But some may wish to use them if they are more of a novice. So I will continue to sew across there. Sewing videos are so much fun. They take up no time. So I'm going to continue to sew across. And it will go on rather easy. And another way you could get it to stay in place while you're sewing too is to use the pins that I showed in the last video, where you pin it in place and then sew it while it's pinned in place. But I've been doing it for quite a while, hardly using the pins. When I first started, they help. And even when you're doing some smaller trim pieces, it's good to use the pins as well, for that reason right there. Just because it's harder to hold it because it doesn't have as much room as this, let's say. So it's going on quite nicely. And it's really up to you, really, what design you're going to go with when making your own bra. Of course, you can always purchase one. A lot of dancers do who don't have sewing skills, which not everyone has sewing skills. And to me, it's rather easily learned to do sewing. My mother taught me when I was quite young, and then the rest I learned on my own. And the more you do it, of course there's error, of course, but that's how you also learn. So we can get this piece on almost to the end. Okay, now I have some extra left here on the end, which I'm going to leave for the moment. You always do finishing touches last. Now I'm going to knot this back here. It's funny, this bra is purple on the inside, which is funny. I wonder why they decided to do that. I don't know. Like, black bras, put purple on the inside. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to lock this here. And for those of you who don't know how to lock, you would have the needle halfway through, and then you would take part of the thread, make sure there's both pieces, and you want to wrap it around the needle. Okay, push the needle through, pull the needle, little stubborn needle, and pulling, and pull until you hear it locking in place. Give it a few more tugs. Make sure it's good and locked. Then you can clip right there. Okay. And we have the first piece on, mostly, because we're going to have to sew this downward. You can clearly see first piece partially on. I'm going to make sure I have no leftover strength of thread hanging back there. So, there's that. So you have this, and then you want to usually match up the next side right after that, of course. Now here you would look at your bra and you want to pick a different trim. I'm most likely going to go with the black trim at the bottom base of the bra. And when you're doing this, what you want to do is you want to sit the bra out and you want to say, what do I want for sure? And what you can do is you can just place pieces on the bra and place it where you want it to go. You may not know exactly what you want until you have a visual, on it. So you can see what I like, what I don't like. You may not want too many different trims on there, You may not want a lot of different things. You may want a few things. You want a very basic bra. Some people don't like a lot of different things on their bra, so you can do plenty of different things. So, that being said, and you can also do chains, you can do loops, you can do many different things with the chains and everything like that. So, give that a try. Follow the sewing tips I gave you there. We'll be doing our next session. I'll have more of this done for you and let you know how that went. This has been Yasmin's Learning Belly Dance.